Want to know what a real man would tell their lady about love and life? You're in the right place. This is Hello Ladies with Rom Wills. Rom Wills is a speaker and author of several books on relationships. Grab some wine, sit back, and enjoy.
Welcome to the Sunday morning simulcast with Rom Wills. Remain teachable. I'm going to share a story, a little tidbit about myself, right? Back in April, I noticed my weight had got a little bit too much. Like prosperity was showing on me. I was hitting all the local restaurants and everything, and I was eating very well, a little too well. So I was like, okay, I got to cut back on this, cut back on the weight. And I'll say starting in April to now, well, at least a few weeks ago, I dropped about 20 pounds. I mean, I was at a good pace, but I wanted to do even better. I wanted to crank it up a notch because it was coming off, but it was coming off slower than it had in the past, right? Now, understand something. I've been working out with free weights, powerlifting, body weight exercises, calisthenics since the late 80s, right? But it had gotten to the point I was like, I'm getting kind of stagnant. So I said, I joined a new gym. They offered an assessment, and I was like, oh, okay. I found out where my body fat was, higher than I would want it. And, my actual weight. So I was like, okay, I still lost some weight, but still got some stuff to work on. So, I signed up for a personal trainer package just to show me some stuff, right? And this young lady, she put me through the paces. But it's interesting. I did 4 straight days with her. The first day I did some stuff, and then there was a type of exercise, kind of like a flexibility exercise, that she would have me do at the end of each session. And she could see the difference from Monday to Thursday. And of course, I'm proud of myself, right? And, I'll probably get some sessions with her at first. But one of the things that I wanted to share, not so much my personal thing, but just I'm getting results because I remain teachable. Now, remember what I said. I've been working out since the late 80s. I've been hitting the weights since the late 80s, doing some type of physical activity since the late 80s. And indeed, in the early 90s, I actually had a certification to be a personal trainer. It was like one of those, weekend type of things. You go through it, fill out a test, boom, they say you can personal train. As an aside, anybody interested, take a class that's a few months. As an aside, just do that. To me, that's better because you learn there's so many little things that you might miss out on, right? But anyway, right? I could have easily said, you know what, I'm doing all right with what I got, right? I lost 20 pounds. I was going in a good direction anyway, But then, some said, hey, you know what, you can do even better. And then by remaining teachable, she actually showed me some exercise I had never done in life. She would, and what it would do for me. Most of the stuff she showed me, I had never done the particular exercise. Because my exercises always were even when I was lifting, it was just basics like curls, bench press, stuff like that. Right? I wasn't doing a lot of little stuff. Or even with the body weight exercises, push-ups, sit-ups, everything. And just to be clear, it works. All that stuff works. Let's just be clear about it. But my body had gotten used to it. And even the personal trainer said I had just a very good body build anyway. Right? Very good body build. Right? Just trying to shred some more off of it. Right? The moral of the story, though, is always remain teachable. See, too many people, you can't tell them anything. And too many people need to go through, going through life. Sometimes they need somebody to tell them something. And it doesn't have to be with fitness. It could be child rearing. Somebody might have a better idea on how to get through to some children. Like you have a lot of parents who dealing with some kids and the children don't pay attention to the parents or something, but you might have somebody who could say, hey, okay, why don't you try this with them, right? Or you have somebody who might have a better way of doing a particular job better, right? And they could show you, or sales, whatever, everything. There's always somebody who could say, hey, why don't you try this or something? Like, learn to like listen. And it doesn't have to be a formal teacher. It might just be somebody with a insight, right? Like a sincere insight. See, be careful, because sometimes people will tell you something and they don't know any more than you do. In fact, they probably know less. That's not being teachable. If you want to really learn from somebody or find somebody to learn from, first look at them and see if they demonstrating that they have the knowledge that they're trying to give to you. See it, if they trying to tell you how to make money, but they begging you, they trying to borrow like money from you, but they selling, hey, this is how you be a millionaire. Hey, can I hold $100 from you? You might not want to learn from them. But if you see somebody and, you can't really tell from clothing or anything, but if they, they seem like they know what they're talking about and they're living pretty well, right? If you can ascertain like their style of living, or that, they actually making money or something, then you listen to that person. It could be anything, how to cook something, anything. Find out if the person teaching actually knows what they're talking about. And that's very important. But the thing is, you got to humble yourself. Because like I said, a lot of people, they get up here and once they become an adult, they know everything. You can't tell them anything. And, that's the path of not being bright. Because I'm going to tell you what, within a lot of professions, they have continuing education. A lot of people who are experts at something, they're already experts. But they'll go maybe to a conference to learn something new. They'll find some trainer who can say, well, here's a new way of doing it. This is what we discovered. We can do it this way, right? Look for those type of things. And that's what the smart people do. That's what rich people do. That's what rich people do. Many rich people will spend more on books, seminars, educational materials than they do on entertainment. And in fact, poor people will spend a lot on entertainment because, they think they know stuff, right? But the rich, people, experts at stuff, are always trying to learn more. Now I'm known for talking about relationships, but I check out other relationship people and people with more insight, hopefully more insight, and say, okay, what are you doing? Or they might have a different insight on something I know about. But I'm always learning. I'm always saying, okay, is there a better way I can do this? Because I'm still teachable. I'll pay money for a relationship seminar if I think I'm going to learn something, right? And we'll do so. In fact, that's actually a pretty decent, like any self-improvement or something like that is a decent industry. And you'll notice people will pay several $100s, but they remaining teachable. See, it's pitiful when someone, they get a high school degree, get a little job, and you can't tell them anything. In fact, if you look at people, you can't tell them anything. You see they're not advancing in life. They're not going any place, right? Because you can't tell them anything, right? But if you remain teachable, you can get some stuff. Like in 4 days, I probably got more than I've gotten in like many years just going on my own. Because now I'm like, oh, okay. Because, I had a different philosophy on how, the weight loss could come off. And like I said, it was working. It was working. But it was slower than I wanted. Right? It was slower. But she was, she gave me some stuff. And I was like, I see how this works because I see the result. I'm seeing the results like right away. I'm like, wow. And sometimes you just need that other set of eyes. Because sometimes we get used to stuff or whatever. But that's a very important thing as you go through life. I want everybody to remember that. All right? Remain humble. Like, just look at it like this. There's always more to learn. No one listening to the sound of my voice knows everything. Because if they say they do, then I'm going to ask them to explain quantum physics to me in Mandarin. So if you can't explain quantum physics, first you need to know about quantum physics, then you need to know Mandarin. And then you need to know, you probably need to learn how to even explain that. Because even being a teacher, you have master teachers out there who can, and when I say master teachers, they can tell you how to reach people. You'll need, like, to tell me about quantum physics and Mandarin. You would need three things. You need to learn about quantum physics, learn Mandarin, and then learn how to teach it. So always remain teachable, always remain humble. So anyway, that's it for now. Y'all have a great day today. Peace and many blessings. Keep rising and transforming.